Let's face it, we live in a toxic world today. I probably don't need to tell you about all the chemicals used in foods, about the microplastics that are found actually in the urine of people, so much so that some studies have found up to 5 grams in a week in the urine of some people, which is the equivalent of about a credit card worth of plastic. And the problem is microplastics are so small, these nanoparticles, that they can get into cells and cause problems. And we know that some chemicals in plastic, like bisphenol A or BPA, are what are called endocrine disrupting chemicals, meaning they can disrupt the endocrine system, the hormone system in the body. Yes, we live in a toxic world. Yes, there are chemical exposures, there are exposures to all kinds of issues, plastics and other toxins. So what do we do about that? I'm Dr. Miles Nichols, and I am Director of Education and Chief Formulator for Aptogenix. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a formulation called Liver GB Assist. The American Liver Foundation has actually said today that they believe that over 100 million Americans have a liver disorder. That's about 1 in 3 people. That means if you're in a family of 4, at least 1 and maybe 2 have problems with their liver. Usually this is fat building up in the liver. It's called fatty liver disease. And this fat in the liver actually creates much bigger problems and can turn into something called metabolic associated steatohepatitis, or MASH for short. That can become fatal. We don't want that. And it's really important to look at something that can help support the liver and help to remove toxin from the body. That's where Liver GB Assist comes in. Liver GB Assist has some ingredients in it, one of which is called TUDCA. TUDCA is a bile salt. Your liver makes bile, your gallbladder stores the bile, and as you digest food, that bile goes into the intestines to help to break down fats. It just so happens that that's a great place for the liver to put toxin, is in the bile, because the bile then can go into the intestines, and some of that can get bound up and removed with the stool. That's a great way to get rid of toxins. However, there's an issue. Some of that bile recirculates. In fact, most of it, over 95%, recirculates. So we're getting this circulation of toxin. And TUDCA as a bile salt has been shown to help in research papers with things like lipopolysaccharide. Lipopolysaccharide is a toxin on the cell wall of gram-negative bacteria, and without boring you with the details of that, I'll just say it's classed as what we call an endotoxin, and people get very ill when exposed to LPS. And unfortunately, when the gut is leaky, which it is for a lot of people, that means that there can be gram-negative bacteria getting into the bloodstream, which can subject the liver to LPS. So now we have a toxic world. We have a world where gut problems are common. Leaky gut is a big issue for a lot of people. And then we have internal source of toxicity, internal source of endotoxin. TUDCA can help, and there's been research showing with endotoxin. We also have N-acetylcysteine in this product, and N-acetylcysteine is a precursor to something called glutathione. Glutathione is sometimes referred to as the master antioxidant, and it's also involved with phase 1 and phase 2 of liver detoxification. And there's also artichoke leaf extract in this formula. That helps the bile to flow, and it also helps the stomach to empty. And the stomach emptying means that there's less problems building up in the stomach. We get better, what we call motility, better digestive response. So we have this better motility. We have this capacity to help phase 1, phase 2 liver detoxification. We have capacity to help with the endotoxins, all within this simple but effective formula. Some patients have had their gallbladder removed, which is where the bile is stored. And for those, many of our providers are recommending taking this Liver GB Assist with every meal in order to be able to help with some of the bile that's not there, to help with digesting food. So for all these reasons, we're living in a toxic world. There's internal toxicity and gut problems. Liver GB Assist is a fantastic product that we're finding that our providers, our doctors are getting great results with patients, helping them to overcome liver disease, helping them to be able to assist with living in this toxic world today. If you're being recommended Liver GB Assist, know that it's really well designed. It comes from good data. People are getting great results. Again, I'm Dr. Miles from Aptogenix, and have a healthy and a happy day.